Hello, welcome back to the question mark. This is Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2. Our career mode goes into its sixth season. Yes, that's right, it's sixth season. Never thought I'd still be here doing this. We are, of course, now in Benetton, and we are going to challenge I think we're going to challenge the Williams here in the US Grand Prix, because we're pretty good at the US Grand Prix. People who've been following along will know that, things didn't go so well in the last season. We've been on a sort of permanent cycle, really, of finishing second in the championship and then securing the Williams drive for another year. Well, last year we didn't even do that. What we wanted to do was win the World Championship. We didn't do that either, but we didn't even manage to secure the Williams drive. We finished fourth in the championship. We only managed to get ourselves a Benetton for this year. So we're starting at a lower point than we would have been in previous seasons, and therefore we have even less chance of winning the World Championship this year than we did in previous seasons. So whether this will be the last season or not will probably depend on whether or not I actually improve on fourth, how close I come to the world champion, which is likely to be Senna, and those kinds of things. But anyway, it's great to be back with Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2 after a week off, hopefully feeling refreshed now that we're back with this game. I'm still kind of just getting used to having a microphone, so kind of getting into the habit of trying to talk into it whilst playing the game is not easy. Anyway, our rival finished second in qualifying. We got the inside line, which is not a very kind of frequent thing that happens to me on this game, I found, after qualifying. Now, kind of deliberately hit the Benetton there, because I knew we would probably end up hitting someone, so I figured the best thing to do was try and hit him so that he stays with us. Sorry, I'm the Benetton. Hit the Williams, I should say. We've gone past him now. And we're up to fifth. Oh, that's nice. Up into third. Really good driving. So I think, I'm not making any predictions about the season. I don't know what to expect from this year, to be honest, after what happened in the last season that really didn't go our way. I guess I'm just going to try and finish as high up the championship as possible. If it mounts into a title challenge, then great. That would be very much appreciated, but there's no guarantees. I think we've just got to try to take this race by race, do as well as we can here in the American Grand Prix, and then move on to the next race and hope we do perform to our potential in that one as well. Another thanks, I guess, for all of the views that we've accumulated over the last couple of weeks. Of course, I'm recording this before our special week where we didn't do this game, and we won't do this game next week either, no matter what takes place this week. We're kind of trying to bring in some new different games, because obviously we can't play this game forever, as much as some people might like to see me struggle through this forever and ever. We can't do that, so we've introduced some new games. I hope you enjoyed things that were a very big departure from this. So we had obviously Disney's Aladdin, which was a fun one. Then we had a game of Populous, which I intend to continue to do in the future, and we had a first play of a game that I've never played before, and I really enjoyed it. I have actually, be honest, I've played it a number of times since as well, because I actually did really enjoy it. But we're back to Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2 this week. We believe that we can win this race here in America. I believe that this can be won. I'm in first place, so that shows that it can be done. And I don't see this as the challenging race of this episode. I actually think the Brazilian Grand Prix is going to be the challenge for me on this episode. Certainly in terms of trying to stay in touch with the top drivers. I've had problems in previous years. I've not really gotten any better at it. I feel like I was as good as I was when I started replaying this game now in the last few months as I am now. So I don't really feel like we've got any better. And that wouldn't be a problem if we were as good at that race in the first case as we are at this one, but we weren't. Now, if any of that makes any sense, please do tell me, because I think I've even confused myself. But ultimately what I'm saying is that I don't think we are necessarily expecting too much from the Brazilian Grand Prix. We probably need to tailor our rivalry to reflect that, so as not to pressure ourselves into a result that obviously we don't want, which is we to crash out. So I'm looking, if we can win this race, then I'm looking at top three, no matter what, in Brazil would be really handy following this victory, if we can get this victory, obviously. And I'm not willing to count any chickens just yet. There's still the end of this final lap to go. So I think that's going to be the tricky race this episode. And I say that because we all know San Marino and Monaco do not do anything for me, but therefore I've not factored it into an eventual, overall tally of points for the season. Anything I get on those races will be a bonus. We take the victory in America as expected. A good win for Benetton. They start the season really, really well, and not only that, but Senna wasn't even in the top 6, so that is massive. Dufay was 4th, so he was my rival. So we are now 10 points clear of Senna in the championship after one race, and that is a spectacular start for us. Really, really good start to this 6th season, which is in fact, in truth, the 8th season. The 2 of those seasons got lost because of broken recordings. So we're not going to go for Williams in Brazil. We're going to go for the Ferrari of Jeremy, because my aim again is not really to beat or take the car of one of my rivals so much this season. It's more to just get the performances whoever they have to come against, and I basically don't want Benetton on my backs at all this year. I want the I don't know what the word is, the pressure to be off, and for me to beat my rivals, and therefore not have to worry about that side of it, and then hopefully the results themselves will do the talking. Not only that, but I'm going to try and avoid kind of rivaling Senna where I possibly can, because that means he inevitably either comes in first, or if you can overtake him, he comes in second. Whereas, as you saw with the American Grand Prix, if you don't rival him, then the game doesn't default him to first or second, and you can get big points advantages over him. And that's 4th, so a very good qualifying session here in Brazil. Jeremy is in 2nd, and plenty of scope for us to perform the way we want to on this race. This has been historically the hard bit for me, not crashing into others, and again it's happened. I really need to qualify in 5th on this race, and in most races, 5th or 7th or 9th, somewhere on the odd number, so that I don't have to forge my way across the track. Oh, that was a big mistake there. I wasn't concentrating. I was acting as if I was in France for some reason then. My mind was that I was in France, and I was gearing up for the difficult turn there, and I was obviously not there. But anyway, we're up to 5th, 3.8 seconds behind our rival. You can see on the overhead map that I am a long way back on the Ferrari, and I'm now down to 6th as well. Getting the slipstream with this guy though could speed us up a little bit. Go past him again. Go nicely. Yeah, so some time to make up here on Jeremy. And this is what I'm talking about. If I was up against the Williams, I feel under a lot more pressure. I do feel under a bit of pressure now, because we're obviously behind the rival, but I don't feel as much pressure as I would do if I was up against the Williams, or indeed up against Senna. So this is what I'm talking about, sensibly choosing my rivals, especially now we're in the 4th best car as opposed to the 2nd best car. We've got no pressure to go after Senna in terms of a rival, so that should help. 1.6 seconds is the gap, so we have limited the damage through the first part of this race, despite not really starting very well. So here we go, getting that slipstream, lovely. Move over to the inside. There is our rival, and we're right on his tail now. Got to take this steady though, can't bash into him. And in the end, that wasn't much better than going into the back of him, frankly, because he's gone a long way away from us. So he's about to be in 2 seconds ahead of us. I mean, we know we can catch him. We've just done it, right? So at least the proof is in the pudding. We know we can do it. We just have to do it again. And next time, when we catch him, we don't want to like lose him again, as we have done here. Anyway, 1.7 seconds again is the gap back up to the Ferrari. With 3 laps to go, still reasonably confident we can do this. But I did want a top 3 finish. Let's not forget, 4th isn't really good enough when I'm chasing the World Championship here. But if I end up finishing 4th and beating the Ferrari, well, at least that's something. Right, let's see if we can try and stay in this guy's slipstream as much as we can, so that he doesn't like use his superior pace on the strength to get away from us again. Okay, well, we've at least kept him just ahead of us. 2 laps to go. Feeling alright about this. And we go past him. I had to avoid him. We had to take evasive manoeuvres there to avoid crashing into the back of him. But we've done that. We've gone past him. We're up into 3rd. Now we've just got to extend the lead over him as much as we can before this tight corner up ahead. Do we think we can catch 3rd place? No, is the answer to that. I don't think I can. Don't think there's enough of this race left. But, as long as we stay ahead of the Ferrari, then that's not too bad. In fact, we are in 3rd, so what am I talking about? We're trying to chase 2nd place, which I'm even less confident about. But a top 3 finish was all I was worried about for this race. Now we're on the final lap. It seems entirely possible that 3rd place could be ours. This would represent a pretty good start to the season. A 1st and a 3rd place. 2 podiums, 14 points in total. Hopefully Senna's not won this race, which would mean he doesn't gain too much of the ground on us after not pointing in America. There is 2nd place. He is just a bit too far ahead of us, unfortunately, especially now in the final lap. But if this had been 1 more lap long, this race, I could have got 2nd. 3rd will do me though. I will accept 3rd all day long after some of our troubles in previous seasons. So, yeah, happy with that. Up to 3rd. A good start to the season. 2 podium places to get us underway in Season 6. Senna did win, unfortunately, but we're still top of the championship with 14 points to Senna's 10. And Benetton are happy with me as well. So we'll save that. And move on to the 3rd race of the season, and what might be, if we actually complete it, be our last race for this first episode of the week. So we're going to be here all week with Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP 2, and yeah, if I crash, I will also do Monaco today, but I'm hoping that that won't be necessary, that this will be the end of today's episode, and I'm looking for points. We did alright on Imola last season as I remember it. I may be just remembering wrong, but yeah, I seem to think we did alright. I mean, I don't think we got what we wanted from it, but I don't think we were awful. I think we figured out this turn now. The problem the turn now poses to me is more that it's a distraction because I'm trying to prepare myself for it in such a way that means I struggle to avoid colliding with other cars. But we'll see what happens today. 8th position, not the best, but not terrible. Jeremy is going to be 3rd, so he's not going to be easy to beat here, and I do think that this could be a tricky one for me, I've got to be honest. Through the gears. We've got the inside line well there. Rivals in 3rd. Back down to 7th. That's not bad. It's not a bad start. That's a really good start given that I avoided colliding with anyone. And we've even overtaken the Ferrari there. Bit hectic I was on the steering, I've got to be honest. But we managed to get through it. And we're going up into 2nd. This is the best I've ever done in 1 lap of Imola. But it is only 1 lap and we've just hit the leader of the race. But that has meant that everybody sort of bunched together. Could be more collisions. And there it is. Oh, that's annoying. I was doing so well. I think it all just went to my head a bit. But I remain convinced that I've got over my hatred of this track. I'm still not good at it. But I say, it's not a complete write-off now, and there is points in this race for me, as far as I'm concerned. Just need to get away from the traffic. So, trying to get up into 5th, and there's the Ferrari. He's next. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Okay, we've lost some ground, but we're still up to 5th. And there they are again, just ahead of me. Okay, well, this is looking good so far. Although I don't like this. The Ferrari's got away from me again, but we're up to 4th. So while we're losing ground to our rival, we are still on course for a decent position here. We've got a car just behind us, and we are 3 laps to go. Back down to 5th. And back on the hunt for higher positions in this race. And now our rival's over 6 seconds ahead of us. But we have kind of got ourselves in a good place in 4th. Is there enough of this race left for me to catch my rival? I don't think so. 2 laps, San Marino. I'd be very surprised if we can do this. But we don't give up. We're going to keep pushing. Took that corner a bit faster than we did the previous times as well. Nice. Okay. 5 seconds still. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. But we've given it a good fist today. And as I say, to be honest, it's not a major problem for me. 4th position at San Marino is miles away from where I would have been back in the day. Last time we had to take that turn. Didn't take it as well as this time as we did the last time. I just have to finish this race now, and we get three more championship points. No doubt Senna's going to win the race. No doubt in my mind, anyway. But we've kept him within touching distance after 3 races, and that's not a bad thing at all. With better races for me coming up as well, we finished 4th. 3 races, 3 points positions, no crashes, no race-ending crashes anyway. Not a bad start to the season. 3 points down on Senna, but could be way worse. And Best will be not so happy because we didn't catch our rival that time. So that is today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Join us again tomorrow for Monaco, Canada, and Mexico. Until then, we'll have to wait and see you again. God, that was a terrible ending to today's episode. Thank you very much for watching.